What's going on, guys, and welcome back. This is number 16 of our PvP showcase, and we're using a build that's a little cheap and it's going to cause a lot of salt.
Yeah, it is scumbaggy as utter fuck.
Prepare for your opponents to become the friggin' metaphorical equivalent of the Macadie Caddy.
Now, did you just see that, Stephen?
I just seen that, and guys, you just seen it too. This is the Brittles Knife, and if you guys haven't used this, then why the fuck are you playing this game? It's one of the best weapons in the game.
Yeah, get the fuck on it, because the one-handed, is it one-handed? Yeah, one-handed R2 is the best attack in the game, hands down.
Oh yeah, like you think you're safe when you roll? You haven't fought enough butchers.
Yeah, exactly, because this thing has easily a fucking 360-degree tracking on it. If someone is directly behind you, you're hitting them.
Yeah, it's actually the same with most axes, but of course the advantage with the Butcher's Knife is there isn't that small sweet spot, there isn't that lower range. Look at the fucking size of it, it's got like a great sword range, but it's an axe, and I can't believe you fucking hit him with that.
Yeah.
I cannot believe he just stood there and let you do that. Oh my god, that attack can't be parried, of course. But yeah, there's a few things on this build that make it better. For instance, we're using the Resplendent Life Miracle, which Scorebrand tested out, and it is fucking immense.
It's better than Soothing Sunlight, because Soothing Sunlight gives you health over way too long a period, so you don't even notice the regen that it gives you.
Yeah, but basically here's how Resplendent Life breaks down. It's 2 spell slots, which might seem like a lot, but trust us, it's worth it. Now you can like spice this down to 10, and at 10 faith it will recover 420 HP, so you can blaze it with the rest of them. At minimum stats, which would be 25 faith, it recovers 775 health if I remember right, maybe 757. But yeah, it recovers just over 700 HP, which is still good. But at 35 faith, where it caps, it recovers over 1000 HP. And it's only 36 faith to use Sunlight Blade, so naturally we're going to use Sunlight Blade too. And that is where the damage of this build comes out. Not to mention, with your health regaining constantly, you've got the Butchers on there for some life drain.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
look at that R2.
The R2 is great because it's got a little skip forward, it's got amazing range, it's quick, it's got
the
amazing
delay
tracking.
is just long enough that if they roll immediately, if they panic roll, they're hit with it. It's GG.
Yeah. Now, something else that you might have noticed about the weapon is that it has a 360-degree spin out on the rolling attack. Now, this is precisely what made the large club in Dark Souls 1 the second best weapon in the game. Yeah. That rolling spinning attack. So
be careful though, against a good player you might get parried, but the Butcher's Knife is quite a hard weapon to parry. It's like quite difficult, and like you're going up against like a god tier weapon right now. You're going up against a buffed straight sword and you're using the Butchers, and this guy's he's just not good enough. Basically, he can't handle the funk.
Yeah, he really
look
can't.
At that shit.
Look at that.
Look at that shit. That was an R2 and then a follow-up R2. What the fuck?
Now the best thing is people don't use the Butcher's Knife enough to know that it has that crazy tracking. So most people, even the good players, come in expecting, okay, he's using some big fucking flat thing, and then you go bang, haha, I dodged it, oh wait, did I fuck?
Yeah, like there's nothing they can really do against this. Not to mention the Butcher's Knife is really fucking good. It's got some really, really nice like stagger consistency.
Yeah, it seems to do a lot of stamina damage for some reason.
Yeah, you can trade with this build left and right because you're getting your health back from Resplendent Life, you're getting your health back from the Butchers. Just feel free to go to town and fucking trade if you want to.
Now, not only are we getting our health back from Butchers and Resplendent Life, we are also using the Regeneration Ring and the Ivory Crown.
Exactly. So this is just like HP gives it back out. Not like there's nothing they can do, and that's the guy you caught in midair.
Yeah. Now, another good thing about the Butcher's Knife is that it's just basic R1 attacks are really spammy, and they have like such a wide arc that you can just go ham on some people. Obviously not in that particular situation.
Oh god, they pulled out the chicken dong.
Yeah, but you can go ham on some people and really do a decent amount of damage. I've had consistent 3-hit like stun locks with this weapon somehow. So
the reason why you're getting 3-hit stun locks is because these people would rather trade. These people would rather go, right, it's like 3-hit stun locks only occur when you're fighting a player that is aware that you can only get 2-hit stun locks, and then that's it. Like if they roll after that second hit, they're out of there. So they expect you to stop swinging after hit 2, but instead of rolling out to be safe, they try to R1 you, and then you get the third hit, and then that's them fucked because they think they get a false sense of security. And with the Butchers, that's one of the worst things you can do, because every time someone hits you with the Butchers, it benefits them even more, because not only do they do damage to you, they like gain health back from the damage you've done to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, one of the best things about this build is that if you've taken damage, it's actually kind of beneficial.
Look at that. Look at that. Was like 270 degrees.
It's horse shit is what it is. But basically, like, the really good thing about this build is that you kind of want to take damage because it forces your opponent to play more aggressively when they see that your health is like regaining that quickly. Like, shit, I need to out damage this guy's health regen as well as his weapon, so they play more aggressive, which means that they're going to run out of stamina at some point on their last roll, and that's when you catch them.
Yeah.
That's when you fuck them up.
Now, I somehow backstepped through a backstab.
You're having like perfect connections right now. Did they take off the lag compensator for a couple of fights or something?
Now, this guy here is actually the guy that was wearing the Yorg's ring in Yorg's ring in the last video where I threw the fireball at him.
The forbidden fun.
Yeah, so I sent my message.
Look at the state of that. That is horse shit. This is like such a good moveset, guys. Honestly, the Butcher's Knife's one of these weapons that we definitely...
Now look at that, like, I just immediately turned around, obviously got the backstab on me, but...
Yeah, that's because he started that punch before your tracking kicked in. But the point is that if people try to roll behind you or roll away from you, you can rely on that R2. Like, you can rely on that. And of course, that fight there would have been lost had it not been for the Butchers and all the health regen on top.
Of course. Now, when it comes to armor, I'm basically just wearing the old Knight set because I've tried to get the set that had the highest amount of poise that also had a pretty cool like fashion souls along with it. I think it looks okay. Nothing else looked better because I have to use the ivory crown, so there's nothing I could really compensate for it. But this puts me on like 0.1 under 70%. So
it's quite good. It's quite good. Of course, you guys might prefer to go lighter if you want to go under 50%, which should be easily done if you're downgrading from Old Knight to something lighter, like the Hexers or Llewellyn or something like that. You'd be able to go under 50%, no problem.
Personally, I wanted the poise. I know that I went on about poise a little bit, but I wanted to at least attempt to trade a hit or two if I was able to.
Now, of course, this build here, like the really good thing about this build is that it's not the Butcher's, like, it's a brilliant weapon, but this build works with so much. Like, you could throw an old Leo ring on here and use a spear and just trade for days and get counters, and you'll constantly out damage them. And like, this is like the shell, and the weapon is whatever you want it to be, basically.
However,
and it's very, very consistent. It's a very strong build.
But obviously, you know, what I was specifically going for the build was trying to get the full HP regen.
Yeah, as much HP back as possible. You're trying to make yourself as hard to kill as you possibly can.
Yeah, and it really paid off. Like, I lost maybe like just a few games with this, and most of them were like kind of bullshit, honestly. I was just wrecking
standing
people
in the middle of Heavenly Thunder, like, I don't give a fuck, I've got the Butchers, I'm unkillable. Look at the state of this.
Yeah, I mean, this guy was quite a bad player actually, and I was just wrecking him for the full time. And then
he's a bad player. You can tell by the full halves and the great magic barrier that he's fucking shit.
No, but this is just the best parry I've ever had. Bang, and I knew he was going to go for it.
Yeah, of course he's going to go for it. Remember, he's in Havels, he's untouchable. But yeah, here's the build stats, guys. So
150 as ever, and
as per usual,
we've got just the
standard
regen build, standard regen shield. I mean, Butcher's Knife, Bellvine to cast miracles.
Ring setups changed slightly. We're still, as per usual, rocking Third Dragon and Royal Soldiers. Of course, Royal Soldiers for the weight for the armor. This time we're rocking the Giant's Ring for the poise and the regeneration.
It's either Giant's Ring or Ring of Blades.
Yeah, that's the Giant's Ring. And we're using, of course, the health regen ring, definitely, with Resplendent Life and Sunlight Blade as our miracles of choice.
Yeah,
36 faith to maximise the damage output.
I mean, you could go more faith if you want to use Wrath of Gods or whatever, but I don't really see why.
You can use Wrath of God at 36.
Can you?
Yeah, you can use Wrath of God's like 32.
Oh.
But you wouldn't want to use Wrath of God anyway because you're only putting in 3 attunement slots, so you'll only have 1 cast, so it's not going to be worth it.
In case anyone's thinking that maybe it'd be worth using like Dark Weapon or Resonant Weapon, it's not. It is still the most effective.
Yeah, the whole point in using Sunlight Blade is that you're going to 35 faith for the maximum of Resplendent Life anyway, so you may as well put the extra point in for Sunlight Blade and use Lightning as your base damage source. But
anyway, that's us for this video.
Yeah, that's it, guys. So as ever, we hope you enjoyed the video. We hope you try this build out. It's a lot of fun. It's quite difficult to play against. It's quite difficult to play around. It's really easy to play with. So
yeah,
of course, guys, try it out.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe on the video, and if you want to support the channel, there's a link in the description. But a view is plenty of support you can give us. if you want to watch the last video, which was the poison based build, which was pretty cool.
Power stance manslayer, some light armor, some nice little L1 immediate poison action. So
yeah,
go check that out if you haven't. Once again, we recommend you use it as we do with all our builds.
And then if you want to see the next build, whatever it is, we're not quite settled on it.
Yeah, we've not even picked the video at this point. There's a black box looking at us in the face until we decide what our next build's going to be. But yeah, you guys can click that when it's up, and we assure you it will be just as good or cheap as our usual videos. Yeah. Remember guys, these videos aren't to display skill, they're just to show how bullshit things can be.
Yeah, just interesting things that you can do with Dark Souls 2 in terms of...
So if we get any comments on this video, and I know we're going to now that I'm going to bring this up, saying, oh wow, look at you healing in the arena, fuck off. Just fuck off.
The whole point of the build is trying to get heal out of the game.
The whole point of the build is to show you how bullshit the game can be. Yeah. But yeah, that's it guys, see you later.
Bye.